When I made the decision to start everything fresh with my writing career, with everything that I'm doing with my books, I figured it was also a good time to start fresh with the space where I do my writing. I do a lot of writing at the kitchen table, but I always thought it would be really nice to have a space dedicated to it, somewhere that was bright and dreamy, and could double as a place for my daughter to do her homework. We found a beautiful antique vanity and a seat to go with it on Facebook Marketplace. My husband drove us out to pick it up, and I have been so happy with it, even though I had to do the refinishing myself. It was an interesting challenge, and I had to learn a lot of new skills. I had never done upholstery before, so making the cushion for the seat was my first time. Since this room is so bright, my daughter also uses it as a space for easels so that she can do painting. I join her pretty often, and it's nice to have a dedicated place set up for it. I got a china hutch earlier this year to keep my little collection of teacups in. I think the style of it goes really well with the vanity, which we're going to be using as a writing desk. And it's nice to have a little sitting area for tea. Overall, the room has come a long way toward my vision, but it's not done quite yet. Since it's a really big open room and there's not a lot in here, it still feels a little bit naked. I think it would really benefit from having more things on the walls and maybe a rug for the center of the room, but that's something I can work toward, and I know it's going to be a great writing space for now. I used that desk as a space to set up my planner for August, and then it was finally time to start writing again. Here we are with the car vlog. It is the second day of school, so it is my second day back at writing all the time, and it feels good, but I am also exhausted. So at the end of July, I had the bright idea that what I really needed was a hard deadline to get me motivated back to working, and I decided that I would go ahead and put The Artificer's Wife up for pre-order. The pre-order is set for September 5th. That is when the book will go out. Right now, I am not done writing it. So I set a goal to try to write as much as possible. I set a goal of 3,000 words for Monday, which was yesterday, because it was going to be my first day back at writing after not really writing since February. I'll be taking tomorrow off because tomorrow is my wedding anniversary and my husband is off work, so we're going to spend the day together. And I think that'll be good for me to have like a rest day where I don't have to do any writing and I can just kind of, let my brain simmer for a little bit. And then Thursday and Friday, I'm going to try to get 5,000 words again each of those days, take the weekend off, and then start over doing, 5,000 words a day each day next week. Probably taking Wednesday off again as well, just because I'm hoping that's going to work for me, but I will adapt based on how things go tomorrow and Thursday. So yesterday I planned to write 3,000 words and I actually got over 4,000, which was great. That felt so good and it seemed so effortless. And this may be one of those things where, it's like having all summer to sit and think about the book means that the words are just kind of like pouring out now that I have the time to actually sit down and do the writing. Today, I didn't sleep well last night, so I woke up really tired and have been groggy all day. And I am still up to about like 4,800 words that I've gotten written so far. So I think if I can sit down for like half an hour this evening after dinner, I should be able to wrap up and still have some time to rest tonight. Overall, I feel okay about making progress. I am not feeling super confident about the book, but I told my husband, I said, this book is terrible. I feel like this is the worst thing I've ever written. And he kind of looked at me funny and he goes, "You literally say that every time you write a book and every time it ends up being fine." So I'm trying not to stress about it too much. My editor is working on the first half, and I'll have the second half ready for her by the 18th. That should give me plenty of time for editing because I am a much faster editor than I am a writer. I can pretty easily get through like 10,000 words a day in edits. So I don't think I'll have any trouble finishing up. And the pickup line is moving forward, so I have to pause and move forward. So that's basically the biggest update. Right now, I started a new course. I started working on Katie Wolf's first chapter formula, but I kind of have put that on pause because right now I'm really trying to focus on getting the first draft of this book done. But I did have a chance before I started writing to begin reading Elena Johnson's Writing and Marketing Systems, and I've been working on that book. It gives homework. I'm supposed to be tracking my productivity for the next 60 days, so I ended up ordering some really cute Animal Crossing journals to use as my notebooks that I'll be tracking my writing in. I actually didn't have notebooks. I went and looked at my shelf to see if I had blank notebooks that I could use, and I did not have any unused notebooks that I could use for this project. And I kind of thought, it's like, what kind of writer am I that I don't just have tons of empty notebooks sitting around? So I ordered these really cute notebooks, and I am going to be using the purple one. This one here is what I'm tracking my word counts in. After things have settled down a little bit, I will probably share like what that journaling has been like for me. I'm actually really enjoying it. I've never really been a journaling person, but I am enjoying keeping a log of my writing work in here, because I've always been a little bit sad that at the end of every quarter when I throw out my planner stuff, I lose all my word counts that I've tracked each month. And this gives me somewhere dedicated that I can keep it, and I'll be able to look back on it after I get to the end of the book. And I think that's going to be nice. It's actually going to be like a nice little keepsake from each project. So that's the big stuff right now. I don't really have a lot else to say other than that, you know, I'm just kind of like in the writing trenches right now, but it's going well. It feels great to be back at it, and I will probably not share anything tomorrow, but I'll try to vlog a couple thoughts Thursday and Friday before I get this edited and put up. It's Thursday. I was looking at Pacemaker, and it looks like what I need to do today is 3,500 or so words, which is a little bit easier than 5,000, but if I can get 5,000, then I'll still finish earlier, and that sounds really preferable. Yesterday was a 0 day because it was our anniversary, and before that the writing schedule was really hit and miss, but I feel like it's going okay right now. I just have to grab my cord. So yesterday I was a little bit short of my goal of 5,000 words, but it was still more than what was necessary according to Pacemaker. So as long as I can get over 3,000 today, I should be fine. I'm pretty sure I can do that. I'm not sure how I'm going to handle next week because I'll need to write every day next week at that amount to finish, but we'll just see what happens. So I ended up not having a chance to film on Friday. It was just too busy. But my total word count for that week ended up being 17,940, so a little bit shy of 18,000. I think that was pretty good on the whole, a little bit lower than what I had hoped for. I noticed that I can get to about 4,000 words, but getting to 5K is something I was only able to do one day, and it was really difficult. So I'm thinking that 4K is probably just a little bit more than what I can handle while I am getting back into the swing of things. I have not written regularly in a long time, and I'm trying to fit this in around getting us used to a new schedule with my daughter being back in school. So it's not the best arrangement, but I feel like I made really good progress, and I've got about 16,000 words left to write before this book is done. So I think that if I keep trying to do at least 4,000 a day, I should be able to take Wednesday off again. I definitely think having that break day in the middle was good for my physical health because it really cut down on the amount of pain that I was feeling in my arms and my shoulders. So if 5K is really pushing my limits, then, I might need to back down a little bit to what's comfortable. I seem to be able to comfortably be able to get to 4K. So that's probably an ideal goal right now until my body gets used to doing that again, until I'm back in practice. It's maybe not the best idea to continually stretch, especially when I'm trying to figure out like a new level of normal work for me. I love the idea of continuing to push for higher word counts and seeing if I can get to a place where I can consistently do 5,000 words a day or more. But, I also have to be careful of what I am physically able to do because, sitting in one place typing for hours on end is very physically trying, and with the issues that I have with my joints and such, it's not really a great idea to jump in cold and be shooting for extremely high counts at the very beginning. Hopefully I'll be able to train myself up to that. So the coming week, I'm going to shoot for 4K Monday and Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, and see if I can take Wednesday off. If I'm having trouble getting to 4K next week, then I will drop that down a little bit and see if I can do 3,000 a day and focus on writing every day instead, because it's possible that maybe if I do a little bit less than what I'm capable of, maybe I won't need that break in the middle. But yeah, words are happening. My editor is working. I should have the book finished and ready to send to her on Friday. I hope I can finish it by Friday, because if I don't, then I will be in trouble. So that's it for right now. Hopefully next week I will also be able to finish my pretty writing room that I am setting up. It was really nice to be able to sit in there this week and do some work, and I'm looking forward to using it a lot more as I get things perfected. I'll see you again soon, and hopefully the next time I check in, I will have a finished book. So take care and see you next time.